Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. This video is finally my review of the whole system. So yesterday I dropped all those videos at once. Some people didn't like that, I apologize. But the reason I did that is because I wanted you guys just to have everything right away instead of dragging it out like a long series, which would have been perfect for YouTube purposes and stuff like that. You know, it would have kept people engaged and coming back. But one, it had already been such a long time since I had promised that I was going to do this. And two, to then just drag it out like that, I didn't feel that was necessary. I just wanted the whole playlist to be there. Everyone watch however many videos that they wanted, because if they've been waiting this whole time for these videos, I didn't want to do it all bit by bit. So that's why I did it that way. Another reason why this video was later is because I wanted a week in that thing driving around town and seeing how it actually sounds. I will insert clips of audio, but just know if you're listening to this on your phone, it's not going to help. If you're listening to it with like some headphones, okay, that may be all right, but you really have to sit inside someone's vehicle whose audio is upgraded to really hear it. It never portrays from my microphone to your ears on whatever device you're watching this video on. So I'll just throw some clips up with the aftermarket speakers, and I'll have it on FM radio. Unfortunately, I can't play off of my phone, which I use to record my videos right now. I want to get a better camera, but I can't stream at the same time. So if you can tell decent clarity with FM radio, just know it's that much better with a great Bluetooth signal, and especially when you have your media player plugged in through a cord going directly into the stock head unit. So how do I think it sounds? Based out of from 1 to 10, giving you an honest answer, I'm gonna go a 6.5. Round up to a 7. And the reason why it's only a 7 right now is because it's the stock head unit. That stock head unit is not powerful enough at all to really probably amplify any aftermarket speakers, unless, you know, they're cheap little $20 ones or something like that, which isn't a problem. They're still gonna be better than stock. But with the stock head unit, I'm giving it right now a 7 out of 10. You can definitely tell that, Rem, come on, bro. You can definitely tell that the vocals so much more clear. The highs are very well, especially with like cymbals crashing and drums and stuff. You're not getting that like static hit where a whole bunch of cymbals are just crashing together and it's just sounding like really just echoey and gross. The bass, for not having a sub, hits very well, especially with the stock head unit. You could just tell it's there, and it's so much, it's so nice, and just actually hearing it and kind of not feeling it, but just hearing it in those front doors, especially the front doors, because that's where the big 6x9s are. It's very nice. So if you just want clarity and better sound, 100% a new system is for you. You don't have to go super expensive, you don't have to go super cheap. That's why I liked doing this crutchfield DIY. So like I said, if you just want clarity, go to that website, type in your car, you get to see all the speakers that are there for you, and you can pick it however you want it. To be completely honest, if I was to do this all again and be kind of selfish because I'm driving my vehicle all the time, I'm never sitting in the back seat, you could be very well off just by doing front speakers. You don't need to put the tweeters in like I didn't, because the front speakers, the vocals are already better. The treble is already decently high. I actually had to tone it down just a little bit. So I didn't put the tweeters in. All you need is just new front door speakers and you could be set. The back speakers, if I was to do those again, I, one, either wouldn't do them and just wait till later, or two, maybe go 6.5s from a different brand. I know Rockford Fosgate, they had 6.5s, but it also came with tweeters and they were component speakers. It wasn't, I may be wrong saying this, I'm not an audio expert, but they were component speakers and they weren't fully two-way speakers. So I don't know if maybe I should have done those in the middle and then had the two-way speakers in the back. I'm not 100% sure, but you can fit 6.5-inch speakers back there. When I turned the audio all the way just to the back, it was a little more high and trebly, not as much bass with those speakers, so definitely that's where a sub in the future would come in. So overall consensus with it, I'm very happy I did it. Very happy I did it. Happy I didn't put the tweeters in up front also, because you can actually put 3.5-inch speakers. Some gentlemen commented on that on a couple other videos, and they said that you could put 3.5s up there, and when I popped off the speaker grill, a lot of room for that. So that would probably be better to bring down the highs a little bit and more vocals and everything through those instead of just having like the tweeters plus the new 6x9. Now, before I get the comments of, well, you still should have went with OEM audio, it sounds way better, or you still should have went with Taco Tunes or whatever like that. Yeah, but I saved $1,600, and I could have probably called them and got it maybe for free or a great discount or something like that, but that doesn't help you out who doesn't want to spend $1,600 on a system, and you would rather just have front speakers or whatever, you know? So that's the reason I didn't go with that, and I wanted to see how this thing sounded step by step. So the next step eventually is going to be a new head unit, like I said in previous videos, because I'm not going to amplify the system with the stock head unit. Call me weird, I kind of do like the stock head unit. My particular one I like, it's snappy, it's quick, it's never crashed on me, but I know a lot of people have issues with it. My wife's Entune in her car, complete garbage. Always disconnects from phones, always freezes. It's a pile of crap. It's so bad. But mine is, I guess, one of those good ones. So, but the next step is to get an aftermarket head unit in there and see how that amplifies the speakers. And then after that, we'll eventually do a legit amplifier. And then after that, we will somehow put a sub in the back. I'm really looking at a nice flush mount one in the side of the vehicle. Those are a little pricey, but I think that's what I want, but we'll see about that. So I appreciate you guys watching the whole playlist. It was a lot of fun to do. I learned a lot actually just about car audio and dismantling the doors in the 4Runner, which I was hesitant for. Hands down, out of all of this, the biggest pain in the butt was the 2 rear doors to put them back on. Not ordering the speakers because Crutchfield took care of that. Not preparing the speakers because that was easy. But it was hands down putting those doors on. So if you guys are new around here, please feel free to subscribe. If you guys like this video and the whole series, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, see you later.